What's up, beautiful people on the other side? Today's video I'm going to talk about few things that we haven't talked yet. I want to talk about Otherside, and there is project PXN and a few things that are going on in the market that I feel my audience should be aware about, and what is the next step that you should be doing in this market. Whether you should be FOMOing it into anything or what should be your next planning. That's something I feel like talking to you guys, and that's why I'm creating this video. But before we dive deep into this, all I would ask is if you're interested in content like NFTs, make sure you do subscribe to the channel and hit the notification bell. Let's get started. The Otherside was the most hyped up project in NFTs. Everybody in the NFTs who was KYC'd and had the allow list for this was stacking up their ETH and was trying to get whitelisted for this project first and then trying to get minted for it. Everyone was saving their ETH in the market, and that's the reason most of the projects that came out while other deed was happening did not perform extremely well. And this include imaginary ones in it. That was an extremely amazing project. The art was good, although it's a derivative, but still the founders were amazing. I feel the experience is great and that they're in this market to do something. And I was thinking the floor price would be something around 2 or 2.5 ETH, but it did not perform extremely well. It's all because of the other deed, because people were stacking up their ETH. People don't want to take that much amount of risk, and that's why the volume that we should have seen on imaginary ones didn't happen. If they would have launched their project a bit later, I feel they could have performed extremely well, but still the project is still doing well. If you see on OpenSea, the total volume that they've got is around 2000, and their floor is sitting at 1.07 ETH right now, which is still, I think, on a high discount. But I'm not a financial advisor, so do your own research before investing into anything, but I feel this is an amazing project. Moving forward, the other deed, you can see the floor is at 3.38 ETH, and people are trying to sell a lot of their lands at the moment because the main part of the other deeds was Coda. This was something that people were expecting that they'll be having as a trade, and if you do, you'll be able to sell it for a very high price, as people are. I've seen this getting sold for 100 ETH or way more than that. There is an influencer called Otherside who is really knowledgeable when it comes to NFTs and has an amazing amount of audience, and I think he's invested a lot of money in other deeds. Around 23 something lands he had, and he did not get even one Coda in it. So his plan was to try to get as many as he can, and even if he get 2 or 3 with Coda trades, he'll be able to sell it for 20, 25, 30 ETH easily. But unfortunate him, he was not able to get it, and that's the story of NFTs. I would say, not with just him, it is the story with almost all the projects that we're invested in. You never get the rare one. So that's the reason I say, if you're whitelisted for a project, try to sell it before the reveal, because once the reveal happens, the project is bound to go down. If the founders are good and if the roadmap, what they've planned, they're going to work on it, the floor will go up in the future. But at the time of reveal, the floor does go down. So if you do sell your NFT pre-reveal and then you want and you're interested in that project, you would like to be invested in that project, try to get invested into it after the reveal. You'll be getting the NFTs in discount also, plus you'll be having your profits with you. Other deeds, I think, looking at the floor, it's at 3.38 ETH, and a lot of people are selling it, and the main reason is because the trades that they're getting is not what they were thinking. Lands, like for example this one, you can see the trades in this is everything is none. This is the land, this is the art, which I think could be very much better than this one, considering it's Yuga Labs and it's BAYC. But again, the project has so much of hype that any art would work with it. But this has nothing with it, it's all none, and that's why they're selling it 3.3 something ETH. But what I feel right now is maybe there is a reason behind this. If a company that is as big as Yuga are launching their land, I don't think so they'll be launching it without any ideas. Although the way it was performed, it was not good. People have lost a lot of ETH in gases, but the good thing is that Yuga Labs has refunded all of those gases to people. So if in case you have lost your gas, you lost your ETH in gas and you've not got it back, I would say you should definitely connect with the team. But they have refunded all the ETH that has been wasted in gas back to the people. And you can see that land has none trades on it, so nobody knows how it's going to play out, what's the utility is right now. But I personally feel that all the blocks that are saying none right now, maybe in future they'll be allowing you to buy something and place it on this land. Once you do, maybe that will be deciding how rare it would be. I'm not sure how it's going to play out, but that's what I think. I don't think so that they'll be launching lands with none traits on it, and that does not make sense to me at all. I think there is something bigger in the picture where it's still to come. But yes, this would be something very, very fun and very, very interesting to see. So if you are looking to take some risk on this one, I would say up to you. It's definitely up to you or whatever you want to do, but definitely there is something of a play I feel that Yuga Labs is going to do in future. The next one is going to be the most hyped project that we see. The main reason I feel the projects were not performing well is either because of Otherdeed or because of Project PXN. And Project PXN has been the most anticipated project, most hyped project in NFTs after Otherdeed. People were stacking their ETH for this particular project also, and their Dutch auction started with 2 ETH. So how it was working was, if you're whitelisted, you'll be able to mint it 0.35, and that will be dependent on the floor of the fair Dutch auction. So how it works is it is going to get down by 0.5 if the collection is not completely minted out. However, it did mint it out very, very quickly, and people who are whitelisted did mint it for 0.35, and they have 10x their money instantly. Because the floor is at 3.39 something. It started from 2.7, I believe, something like that. But people have made a very good amount of money with this one. If you're looking for Project PXN still, if you want to buy it in this particular project, there is going to be the second round for it, and I think the floor will be going down once the second round happens. The things that I've seen on Twitter, big influencers talking about it is that you should definitely get into this project and then later on should be able to make a good amount of money with it. But I would still say, if you do not have that much of risk appetite, don't invest into a project. If you feel that this project will really do extremely well, which I personally feel it is bound to, then definitely once the second phase is done, the whitelisting part of it, and the floor does go down, you can definitely think of investing into it. But make sure it's your own money. Never invest everything into one project. If you have that much of capital, I would say if you have around 5-6 ETH of capital with you, then you can definitely think of investing 30, 40, 50% of your capital into this particular project. But if you don't, if you don't have that much of big risk appetite, I would not suggest you to get into this. But again, this is a project that is bound to do good, I feel, because the team is amazing. The team is from Nanoverse. The project has done extremely well in the past, and the same team is launching this one. And as per the history that I've seen in NFTs, once a good project launches the second collection of this, it is bound to work well, as it has with 3.39, and the entry moment will be after the second phase of whitelisting is done. I would suggest you to get into it after then, because the floor will definitely fall. This would be one of those collections like Azuki, where even after reveal, the floor does not go down. So this is an exception, I would say. I'm not 100% sure on it right now, but I feel this would be one of those collections. Even after reveal, the floor does not go down, it goes up only, because their art is amazingly awesome. And everybody knows that their art is very, very good, and they've worked a lot in details of their art. So that's the reason I feel even after reveal, the project might go up. But then again, it's all speculations. Nobody knows what exactly is going to happen. So if you are planning to invest in it, make sure you do your research and then only do it. The next one is again Beans official. This is the Azuki airdrop that happened, and that did make a good amount of money to a lot of people that were holding Azuki. This came up with I think the floor started with 3 ETH something, and since they have revealed now, the floor is sitting at 4.19. It has touched around 7 or 8 ETH, I think the maximum it went out, and the people who do have the rare beans have even sold it for 100 ETH. So if in case you did, congratulations. If in case you sold it earlier, I'm so sorry for that. But again, if you have made money with it, that's the best thing. So Beans official is something that I've been seeing on my Twitter account also a lot. People are changing their PFP to this particular project, and they're hyping up the project. They're loving the art also. I feel the art is very, very cute. If yours is not a rare one, I think you would not be feeling that. But again, a free airdrop is giving you 4.25 ETH, or you can say that this particular one has an offer of 3.33 ETH, which is not bad. If you're making 3.33 ETH with a free airdrop, that is an amazingly awesome thing, I feel. The team behind this is Azuki. They have been innovating in this particular field a lot, and I feel in the future also they will be doing it, and people who will be owning Beans official maybe having some other kind of benefits in future, but nobody knows that. But yes, a free airdrop performing this well is amazingly good. So these are the few hype things that are going into the market, and I felt like we should be talking about. The next one is going to be Elon Musk. He has let me find him out. Elon Musk, he has recently changed his PFP again to the beautiful kid here with the rocket, but he has changed his PFP to Bored Ape Yacht Club, and that's the main reason the floor of Bored Ape Yacht Club quickly raised, and people did make quick flips on that. I have seen some high investors buying it at a small amount, and when I say a small amount, it could be 100, 110 ETH, and then flipping it out for 125 or 130 ETH. The floor did went up very high, but I want to talk on this one, that if you see someone, and especially someone like Elon Musk, who has a past of sharing things, making them go up, and then suddenly getting out of it, like Dogecoin or Bitcoin, you should definitely play that very, very safely and should not invest into just on the basis of Elon Musk or any other high-end influencer you feel like, or a businessman or a celebrity. They might pump the bags, but if you don't take the profit at the right point of time, you are going to lose money. Let's say you did bought a PAYC at 125 ETH and expecting it to reach to 200 ETH because of Elon Musk, and suddenly he has changed his PFP now again. The floor is going to go down now. You will be the one who will be holding the bags, which is again not a good thing when it comes to NFTs. Nobody loves to lose money, and that much amount of money is extremely bad. So that's why don't ever invest into a project looking at someone and you feel that because they've changed it, it's going to boom. No, it never does that. It does boom for a specific point of time, but then it is bound to get down again. The correction in the market comes back. So make sure you do not invest in this way. So these are the few things that I wanted to talk to you guys about in NFTs. Plus, since the market is in a bearish mood right now, we've seen the project like Kahiru, which I think was a 0.12 ETH mint. I'm not extremely sure right now, but the floor was around 0.16. You can see a project that has so much of hype that the number of followers for this particular project was again a lot, right? The Discord was going nuts, and I have joined the VCs and I found some valuable people inside it. And again, so much of things from Kahiru, but still the floor was just 0.16. So you can imagine the market is not favoring a lot of projects at the moment. Projects like PXN, which has a proven team behind it, are getting the benefit because they have done the work in the past. But the projects that are newly launched, even if they have the hype, are not performing extremely well. So if you are thinking to invest into a project, make sure you first look at their floor and then only invest in it. Do not invest in it blindly. If the mint price is 0.1 and you think that the floor is, or if you see, not just think, but if you see that the floor price is above 0.1 ETH, and that's inclusive of gas. So if you would want to mint a project, the gas would be there. It would be around 0.11 something. And if the floor is above 0.11 and you are able to make profit, then only mint it, otherwise don't. This would be all for today's video. I hope you did find value in it. And if you did, make sure you do subscribe the channel and hit the notification bell. I'll see you in my next one. Thank you.